Hi guys, and welcome to this Pick a Card Tarot reading where we're going to look at the question, is my intuition right about this person? Like, do they genuinely have feelings for me, or is it all in my head? I saw a comment recently that asked if it was possible that the readings that they've been watching have been picking up on their energy instead of their person's. I thought that was really interesting because I've definitely experienced that a lot myself, where I've watched a reading or I've done a reading for myself and I've been like, wow, that's like exactly what I'm feeling. And I've been excited that my person was like feeling the same way. But I've also definitely had those questions like, is this just picking up on my energy and like what I want to be the case rather than, what actually is going on? So today we're going to ask the cards to basically cut the bullshit and see, is this all in your head, or is there like a genuine connection there? So really quickly before we start, I just want to say, as I've mentioned in a different video, I'm traveling right now and visiting family. And this house used to belong to my grandparents. It belongs to a different member of my family now. But when I was a kid, this basement used to freak me out so bad. I'm in the basement right now. This basement used to freak me out so much. I think basements just freak out every child, but like I would not even come down here. So if my child self could see my adult self right now in this basement, like dabbling in the occult, basically, I think I would disown myself. But so I've been down here, I was shuffling the cards, and I could hear these noises. Like it sounded like shuffling feet and like wailing and moaning, and I was like, no, like not at all. Like if there is some ghost out there like shuffling around and wailing, like I'm out. Like like I'm gone. And then I realized that I am on a farm and those are just the animals that are like out there making noise. So if you hear something, I mean, this mic is like shit, so you probably won't be able to hear anything. But if you do hear noises, it's just some friendly animals out there that have not yet gone to bed. um, but yeah, I just wanted to like let you know. And also, like, that was such a relief to me because I was literally like about to get in my car and I don't even know where I was gonna go. But okay, back to the reading. So like I said, we're gonna be looking at, is this connection in your head, or is there like a legitimate connection there? So take a moment to ground yourself, take a few deep breaths, and think about the person on your mind, but really try to let go of your feelings for them and just think of them as an objective person. Like, don't think of them as the person that you have a crush on or the person that you've had all this history with or any of that. Just think of them as a person. Like, what color hair do they have? What do they look like? Just kind of basic, like, what's their name? What's their zodiac? Like, just think of kind of like basic traits about them. So try to kind of, I know it can be really hard, but just try to be as objective as possible. And then ground yourself, think about that person, but don't let yourself think too much about your personal connection to them. Just think of them as a person separate from you. And then let yourself be drawn to one of these three piles. This is going to be pile number 1 right here. Sorry, this is going to be pile number 2 in the middle, and then this on the right here is going to be pile 3. So pause this video if you need to take a few moments to really meditate, ground yourself, think about it, and then again, go ahead and pick pile 1, 2, or 3. 3's here. I'll leave the timestamps in the description so you can jump ahead to the pile that calls to you, and I will see you at the timestamp. Okay, hi pile 1, let's take a look at your cards. I am going to use a new deck in this reading and I'm really excited. I've only done a few with it so far and some of them have been super clear and some of them have been a little bit more challenging. So we'll see how these go, but this deck seems to be pretty much like no bullshit, so I thought it would be a good one to bring out for this reading. So let's go ahead and see, is this all in your head or is there a legitimate connection? We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Pentacles. Oops. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Five of Cups. With the new deck, we have the Nine of Bows, which says respect, and that is the Nine of Wands in the traditional tarot deck. We have the King of Vessels, which is the King of Cups. We've got the Ten of Vessels, which is the Ten of Cups. It says happiness. And then the other one has a bird name on it that I'm not going to try to pronounce because I don't know how to pronounce that. And I'm not going to embarrass myself. And then we also have Blessed. We have Happy. And we have Truth. Okay, I think this is a pretty clear message here that whatever you've been feeling is the truth. Same with like these 3 check marks. The first thing I saw was like, that was like a yes. Like, yes, this is real. This is not just in your head. Like, what you're thinking is legitimate. We also have a lot of pentacles here with the Knight and the Page. And pentacles represent the material world. So things coming into fruition in, again, the material world. So again, I see that there is like a genuine connection here. It's not all in your head. There's definitely something there with the Blessed and Happy too. There's a lot of happiness here. The 3 of Cups, celebration, joy. The 10 of Cups, happiness, happy, blessed. The Knight of Pentacles, all of those check marks. The Page of Pentacles, like it looks like there's a celebration going on. There's a lot of happiness here. There is also the 5 of Cups though, so there's definitely a sense of some kind of loss. And the 9 of Wands, like this man looks like he has, let's see if I can get it to focus, sorry. This man looks like he is like, you know, he's ready for battle. He's gone through something. So there's definitely there's something going on beneath the surface of the happiness here. Let's see if we can take a look and get a deeper idea of what's going on. But I think, this isn't just in your head. Like there's a lot of happiness, and what you're feeling is the truth. Like the heart there and like the stars for eyes, like what you're feeling is legitimate. And I think your person is feeling it as well. Let's see here. Okay, so we have a Knight, a Page, a King. Let's take a look. So there's quite a bit of cups. The 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups, King of Cups, and 10 of Cups. So your person or you could be a water sign. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I saw several comments recently that were like, you literally just named all the signs, which is so true. But there is like a lot of cups here. So there is a lot of water energy. There's a lot of feelings at the very least. Feelings of happiness, feelings of joy, feelings of celebration. There's 2 bows and arrows here, which again makes me think of like truth because of Sagittarius, like searching for answers, searching for, deeper meaning. It could just be, let's take a look. You have 2 fairies as well. I'm seeing a lot of just happiness here. Like there's not a lot of, obviously there's the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Wands, but there's like a lot of excitement about this situation. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of passion too with the 9 of Wands. There's a little candle here too. I just get like a lot of like joy, like a sense of just like excitement with the happy, the blessed, like this little, goofy Page of Pentacles. Why is this so not focused? I'm sorry. There's just like I was saying, there's a lot of joy here, and I feel like there definitely is a sense of, something to be fought, like someone's ready to fight for something, or like I feel like with this card, someone's getting ready for a battle, like they're getting ready to go after what they want, maybe. Like maybe this King of Cups is their prey, like they're getting ready to go hunt down the king. And they're like excited about that. So I feel like this maybe is someone that you haven't, like you're moving closer towards them, and you're wondering if they're going to make a move. And I feel like this person is going to, like they're on the hunt, they're getting ready to go after their prey, which I think is the King of Cups here, and they're excited. Like I feel like this relationship is going to bring you a lot of joy, a lot of excitement. there is like definitely some sadness here under the surface. There's something going on with this Five of Cups, some kind of loss that could be in the past, but I see like a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, just a lot of like abundance surrounding this connection. And I feel like this person is like really fun to be around, or you're really fun to be around, or you guys are really fun together. But I definitely don't think this is all in your head. I think your person's definitely feeling it as well. And I feel like this is going to be a very positive relationship for the both of you, with happy, blessed, the Ten of Cups, like all of these check marks, the Three of Cups. Like there's going to be, yeah, this is a good situation for you, basically. The Three of Cups could represent a third-party situation, which could be tied to the Five of Cups. So maybe you're worried about there being someone else, or like there was someone else in the past, but I feel like this person, like this Nine of Wands, let's see if I can move it a little bit. This Nine of Wands, like they're getting ready to fight for something, they're getting ready to go after their prey, and I feel like they have their eyes set on you. I don't know if I necessarily want this person coming after me, like as it's depicted on this card, but I don't think you have anything to fear with this person. They seem really like jovial with the Page of Pentacles card. They could also be, yeah, I think they're just fun to be around. With the Pentacles, the Knight, and the Page, they could be in Earth sign, so Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or there's, like I said, there's a lot of water, so one or both of you could be a water sign as well. But I definitely don't think this is all in your head. I feel like you definitely, like this is rooted in the material world. There's definitely potential for whatever you're hoping for to come into fruition in the material world. So definitely don't give up hope. This is a blessed connection that would bring both of you a lot of happiness. So if you're interested in, or there's anything that you can do to move the connection forward, I definitely would, because I see this being a very beneficial and positive relationship for both of you, and the feelings are definitely mutual. Like this person is seeking you out, they want you. Yeah. So I think that's the message that I'm getting for pile number 1. I don't think this is in your head. I think that this has potential to really be a positive relationship in the material world, like I was saying, not just in like your thoughts, hopes, dreams, imagination, but definitely in the physical realm. And it would be a very positive, like a very happy and fun relationship. So yeah, I'd be really happy if you guys got together, because this, I think, would bring you both like a lot of joy and just like a lot of celebration into your life. So I think that's what I have for pile number 1. If any of that resonated, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you love, luck, abundance, prosperity, and of course, like the best of luck with this situation. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Okay, hi pile 2. Let's take a look at your cards. I mentioned in pile 1 that I have a new deck that I'm testing out, and I've done a few readings with it so far, and they've been kind hit or miss in the sense that they've either been really super clear and like very easy for me to read, or a little bit more challenging. So we'll see how they go, but this deck is definitely no bullshit, so I thought it would be a great deck to use for this question. So again, we're looking at, is this all in your head, or does this relationship have a chance like in the physical realm? Are the feelings reciprocated, or again, is this kind of just all in your head? So let's take a look at the cards that you have. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Empress. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Nine of Stones, which is the Nine of Pentacles. It says tradition. We have the Green Man, which is the Emperor in the traditional tarot. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. We also have the Mirror, which I'm going to have to look this up what this represents in the traditional tarot. I have the guidebook right there so we can check that out. But what this is saying to me already is that you guys are like, you're mirroring each other. You have the Empress, you have the Emperor, you have the Mirror. Like, I don't think this is on your head, but we'll take a look at the rest of your cards, and then we'll see. We have deep knowing. Yes, confirming what I thought. And round and round. And then finally, we have trust. So like I was saying, I don't think this is all in your head. You have the Empress, you have the Emperor with the Green Man, and you have the Mirror. So I think you guys are mirroring each other. Your feelings mirror one another. You know, I'm just looking at this card. There's this man like sitting in the boat. It looks like he's thinking. He could be dead as well. But this woman is also deep in thought. I'm going to assume that he's thinking. Like, you're both thinking a lot about this situation. You're ruminating on it. And I feel like you guys have like a deep connection to one another. Again, with the Empress and the Emperor, as well as the deep knowing card. I feel like you guys have a deep connection to one another. I'm going to move this a little bit. Oh, sorry. Oh my goodness. So unprofessional. Okay, why is this like so challenging for me to do? Hang on. Okay, I think this is marginally better. So like I was saying, I feel like you guys are mirroring one another with the Empress and the Emperor, as well as the Mirror. I did, and deep knowing. I did look up the meaning of the mirror in the guidebook, and it's equivalent to the Hanged Man, which would make sense since it's 12. And I wanted to read you something because I thought it made a lot of sense given your other cards. So basically, it just mentions that in many traditions, the person that brings out hidden knowledge is a female, and it mentions a few people like Morgan from the Arthurian tales, the Arthurian cycles, which we have round and round cycles, and also the Lady of the Lake. And it says both of these archetypes represent the unconscious journey of the soul into deeper awareness and wisdom. No act of will can make this soul take this journey. It can only happen after much searching and questing. It is also a precondition of this experience that some kind of wounding, Ten of Swords, has taken place. It is through the pain and endurance of this wounding that wisdom comes, at which point the individual can cross the lake to the island of healing and protection. It is a natural state of surrender that allows the inner self to travel across the emotional sea to the other world. It also mentions some of the keywords as being goddesses of sexual energy and healing, psychism, the inner journey, healer, initiator, and the long dark night of the soul. So essentially what I see going on here is that there was some kind of hurt that happened between the two of you with the Ten of Swords. As we can see on the deck though, there's like the sun coming up behind, so even though there's like a lot of pain on this card, like there's 10 swords driven into the arm, there's lots of shells coming out, so something beautiful has come out of this pain, and also the sun is rising in the background, so it means that the darkest part of the situation is over. You've gone through the hardest part with this person. And I think where you both are at right now is that you're both like this sleeping person in the boat. Like, you've been kind of waiting, you've been healing from the situation, but now this woman is getting ready to call you back together, and so you can complete your journey together. So with the Empress and the Emperor, I mean, I think you guys are like I've been saying, like, you're just very well suited. You could even be like soulmates. With the Queen of Pentacles too, there's abundance with this connection, and also Pentacles brings it into the physical realm, so it gives it a connection to the physical rather than just like thinking a lot. You know, I do see with the Ten of Swords and the Page of Swords, there is a lot of thinking, as well as with round and round. I feel like you guys are kind of going, like, you're just thinking a lot about the situation, like probably about the hurt that you experienced and wondering if it's ever going to end, if this person's ever going to come. And they are, but it's time to be patient. Like with the Queen of Pentacles and with the Trust card, trust that this person's coming back, trust that your intuition is correct, and trust that this all happened for a reason, and that this pain happened to bring you guys a deeper and more fulfilling relationship. With the Tradition card here too, like this guy looks like he's in a state of meditation, you know, just thinking, and I feel like that's where you guys are both at. There's on this card too, like the moon almost looks like it's sleeping. So you guys could be in separation right now, or your situation, your relationship could just be like dormant at the moment. But I feel like it's about to be woken up with this woman right here, and also the Page of Swords. Like, he is on the move, you know? And the Page of Swords often represents communication. So I feel like there is going to be communication soon between the two of you. There's also that book on the Empress cards, which again would suggest communication and deep knowing. Again, just trust your intuition. Like, what you know, that this is a deep soul connection. You know that this person, you are meant to be together. And I feel like you can feel you guys being drawn back together. So is this all in your head? No, it definitely has roots in the material world. You have definitely the potential for this to be a very serious and long-term relationship, like very abundant, with the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, the Emperor. I feel like you guys are both single at the moment, again, kind of in a state of rest and healing, getting over the hurt that you guys both experienced. With the Sun coming up, though, you have, like, the worst part is over, and you're about to be called to wake up, to snap out of the cyclical thinking and just thinking a lot about this connection and being called back together. So I do see communication coming soon for the two of you. And I see the Emperor and the Empress being able to come back together in a very abundant relationship. I feel like you both have, you've obviously gone through a lot with the Ten of Swords, but I feel like you both are wiser and more mature now. So I can see this relationship being like a very committed, long-term, and very happy relationship as well. Like, there's a lot of commitment here, a lot of potential for, again, a really happy and abundant long-term connection without the pain that you experienced the first time, which I think is key. But the important part is this is not in your head. This is definitely, like, there's, you have to trust the universe. It may feel like this is taking forever to come together, but the universe, everything operates in divine timing. They're coming at exactly the right time. You're gonna be woken up here with this woman. You'll be woken up at exactly the right time for you to come back together and have the best, healthiest relationship possible. I'm gonna see if there's any other messages for you guys. It looks like your person also, like the Emperor, like, he's looking at the pot, he's making moves, he's stirring it, and I think that's where your person is at too. Like, they're making moves, they're thinking about how to come forward. So they're thinking a lot about you, and your feelings are reciprocated for sure. So this is not all just in your head. So trust your intuition and know that what you think about this person is correct. So I think that's what I have for pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. If any of that resonated, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I wish you love, luck, abundance, prosperity, and just like a very happy ending to this situation. I see a very happy ending, but I hope that it ends the best way possible that it can for your individual situation, and also like as soon as possible, because it looks like you guys may have been waiting for a while. So I hope that this person comes soon. But again, thank you for watching and have a great day. Okay, hi pile 3. Let's take a look and see what your cards have to say. I am using a new deck in this reading, and so far they've been very clear in this reading, but sometimes they've been a little hard for me to understand just because it's not Rider-Waite, it uses a different system. But this deck is very no bullshit, and I feel like it is getting pretty clear answers for this reading, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that I am using something new. But let's take a look at your cards and see if this connection is all in your head, or if there is a connection to like the physical world. So we have the King of Swords, we have the Five of Wands, we have the Queen of Swords, so we have the King and the Queen, we have the Tower, we have, from my new tarot deck, the Three of Bows, which is the Three of Wands, and it says fulfillment. We have the Two of Arrows, which is the Two of Swords, and it says injustice. And we have the Ten of Stones, the Ten of Pentacles, which is home. And we have from your oracle cards, we have serendipity in reverse. We have imagine in reverse. And we have boundaries. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we have. There's a lot of energies going on here. Okay. So we do have a fair amount of swords energy here with the king and the queen, and also the Two of Arrows, which is the Two of Swords. So I think this is obviously something that you're thinking a lot about this person. I mean, on the King of Swords card here, we can see this man just like gazing at the woman who's kind of gazing away, disinterested. So I feel like it's something you're giving a lot of effort and a lot of thought to. And with the Five of Wands, there could be like some kind of conflict or competition. Like maybe you feel like you have to compete for someone else, like with someone else for this person. But between the king and the queen, we do have the Five of Wands. So there's some kind of conflict, some kind of dispute standing between the two of you, standing between the king and his queen. I do see that this person, that there is a connection with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, the fact that you have both of them, as well as the Ten of Stones, which is home. I do see that there is a connection between the two of you, and that it is rooted in some way in the physical realm. So it's not just it's not just your imagination. We also have imagine in reverse, which makes me think that, there is something about this that is rooted in reality. But I also think with the Two of Stones here, or the Two of Arrows, the Two of Swords, her blindfold, like there's something that isn't adding up. I think that you're correct that there is a connection between the two of you. But I think it's something to do with the Five of Wands. Like there's something about like the conflict, there's something about the dispute that you're not seeing, something about other people that just isn't adding up. Let's take a look at the Three of Wands here at fulfillment. Like, see how this person's coming forward, he has his hand up, kind of like, to me that's saying stop. We do have like, there's two little serpents that are intertwined on his robe, so that is duality, and this person is taking a step forward. I think perhaps this person right now this person, I think, wants to set up some boundaries. So we have two hands going up like that with the stop sign. So I think this person is not looking for you to come towards them at the moment. I think for whatever reason, they're not ready for this relationship to happen. I do think that they have feelings for you. But there's some kind of choice to be made for this person with the Two of Swords. Like there's some kind of choice that has to be made. And they need their space to make that decision. With the Tower, though, there is change coming, which could bring the two of you closer. It could end that Five of Wands, the competition. But change is coming to your relationship. But right now, this person is not ready for you to approach them. And I do think that there's something that you're not seeing, or something that you're not considering. So there is a connection between the two of you, but it may not be the way that you have imagined it to be. I'm going to read the messages for the reverse oracle cards and see if that can provide any clarity onto what's going on there. I do, with the King and the Queen of Swords, though, like, there definitely is a connection between the two of you. And the Ten of Pentacles as well makes me think, again, that it's rooted in the material. There definitely is a connection between the two of you, but right now just is not the time for that to come to fruition. So let me read. Sorry, I had to grab. Hang on, let me put the mic closer up while I read from the book. I actually really like reading the messages from this because I feel like they can be really helpful, and they often just like tie together everything and in a way that I just never expect. But I hope that you guys also find it helpful when I read them. But let's see. Okay, for serendipity in reverse, it says, perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one. Yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you are meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. And with Imagine, let's take a look at that. It says, illusions and wishful thinking rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, then envision anew. Perhaps you are anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to such projections, so be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what, illusions and awfulizing are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded. Stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. So I feel like you are getting messages that you may not be paying attention to, again with a blindfold. And I think it could be too that you just don't feel like you're enough with the injustice, the imbalance. Like you feel like this person is out of your league. You feel like this person is maybe like, or maybe you fear that this person thinks that about themselves. But with the King and the Queen of Swords, like you guys are on the same level. Like this person, they're definitely not too good for you, and you're not too good for them either. So don't get caught up in that kind of thinking. Again, don't be afraid that they don't want you. Don't be afraid that, again, you're not enough. And that could be what the Five of Wands is coming in. Like you're afraid of other people coming in and taking your person. So you're getting kind of defensive, and that's coming between the two of you, because that doesn't really exist for some of you, if that makes sense. Like you think this person has other people, or you think other people want this person, there's a lot of competition around them, but that's not really the case. You're kind of like projecting and making that up for some of you. So with like the hand up, the stop card, I think it's, whatever, I really think that's related to fear. So whatever you're fearing about this connection, like stop, take a moment to think about it, to ground yourself, and remember that fear is not reality. Like thoughts are not reality. The whole point of this reading. So whatever you're afraid of related to this connection, know that that is not real. But there is like a lot of hope here. So I think your message here is that what you're afraid of related to this connection, that is what is not real. But the connection itself is. There's something driving you apart right now. And there's definitely, like, you need to take a moment, to stop, to think, to realize what you're not seeing. And I think what you're not seeing is related to what you're afraid of with this connection. But with the King and the Queen, like there is a connection there. It's rooted in the material world with the Ten of Pentacles, and there is a change coming. But again, with this card, before that change can come, there needs to be some kind of switch in your thinking before you can hit the jackpot with this person. I do see that there is a strong connection between you, and I do think that there's a strong potential that you end up together with the King and the Queen of Swords. But before that happens, the universe is saying you need to stop, take a moment, and think about what you're afraid of and really reflect on that, and again, think about what you're not seeing and kind of get that in check before the relationship comes to fruition, because I think it's just going to lead to arguments if you guys come together when you haven't figured that out. So it's time to stop, to reflect. There is a connection between the two of you, but there's something that you're not seeing. So really think about that. Think about the messages you've been seeing, and kind of let yourself, again, think about maybe what you're afraid of and also what you hope for. But I think fear is kind of a big thing here. What you're afraid of will come between the two of you if you do get together. So it's better to let that out now and work through that before you guys come together, so that you can have a more fruitful relationship. But change is coming with the Tower. So be hopeful for that. Again, there's a lot of air here, so you guys could be air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or you just could be, thinking a lot about this connection. You could be communicating, or there could be a lot of fights right now. But again, take some time out to think about what you're afraid of and see if that leads to any successful meditation. But they're definitely, it's not all in your head, but I think you're projecting some fears into this situation. But there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of hope still. Not still, like there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of hope. And you guys, the king and the queen of swords, like you are very well suited, and you are in some ways soulmates. So again, take comfort in that fact and trust that the universe is bringing you together for a reason and at the right time. So I think that's what I have for group number 3. Thank you so much for watching. If any of that resonated, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. If you want to vent about your situation in the comments, I always love talking to you guys if you feel comfortable sharing details. If not, obviously, no worries, but I do like talking to you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. I wish you love, luck, abundance, prosperity, and happiness, and have a great day.